Hey, y'all. Let me get my notes together so I don't be rambling the whole entire time. Let's see. There we go. Hey, best friends. So let me let Facebook do what it does. And I always start out just by going over some of the things going on at the office. So, you know, the Legacy Business Hub is on its way. We are, no, not today. We are, I got kids, y'all. we are gearing up. So it's kind of going a little bit longer than I expected, but it is construction. It is what it is. So we are actually at the final stage of the build out to where we are waiting on flooring and furniture. So those two pieces are preferably, you know, they'll be here sooner than later, but yeah, it's gonna be another couple of weeks. So things are flowing though, and it's been really good. I cannot complain. I'm just glad it's getting done. And it's getting done with people who are taking into account a lot of different scenarios and things that are going wrong, but they're helping me make it right. So, yeah, it is what it is, like I said. But hey, so when you guys drop in, make sure that you're saying hey, give me a like or something. Let me know that you're here. Can you guys let me know if you can hear me though? So, let's say, drop a 5, drop some 5s if you can hear me so I can make sure my comments are working, make sure you can hear me. That'd be bad for me to go 30 minutes or less and nobody can hear me. So hit the like button, drop a 5 if you can hear me. Hey Margaret, thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, because I've done that before and I had to delete the whole entire thing because nobody could hear me. So we are going to be getting into how do you know when you're ready to start a business or start your own business. And if you don't already know, my name is Sabrina Green. I am here as an entrepreneur myself. I started as a side hustler. Now I'm full-time in my own businesses, multiple, pluralized. But, you know, I like to help other people take that step to understand where they're at and really just help other people build. So thank you for tuning in. And like I said, the Business Hub is on its way. I should be back in there. We plan on having our first event in May. All right. So if you guys aren't already on the mailing list, make sure you drop in there and get on the mailing list, because if you don't see it on Facebook, you will get an email about it. All right. All right. So I'm going to get started with this, because after this, if you guys are on my email list, you guys already know. After this, I am going live with a few other entrepreneurs to talk about business and being in business and finances and, you know, just the growth as a business owner. So tune in after this. Don't leave yet, but tune in after this. We're going to start at 6:30 there, Pacific Standard Time. Basically, I wanted to start with here, you know, talking about how to basically be ready as a business owner. How do you know when to start the business? How do you know when to take it from a side hustle to full-time? How do you know the difference? And I want to talk about a couple of things that you may be feeling. And not many people are passed down a business, you know, like, hey, you know, come into the family business legally. But not a lot of people are passed down businesses. Like, we start out as solopreneurs. Like, we like something, we start doing it on the side, you know, as a side hustle. You know, that's cool. Getting extra money is why we go into it sometimes. That's cool. But how do you know when to take that? Like, how to take it and run with it and making something more than just extra income or just something on the side. So making that transition it's different for everybody. I like to always put out a disclaimer, because I am I am telling you guys what I learned from experience from watching others, but I am no way in the world telling you to quit your job. So I don't want to hear Sabrina told me to leave. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, you know, sometimes, you know, the heartstrings are being pulled and you might need to just go with it. So I'm not telling you to leave your job. My disclaimer, I'm not telling you to leave it and quit your job. I'm telling you, I'm basically going to talk to you guys about different things, like different things that may be happening, which may be what you need to understand to go after it full time. So I'm really here to provide solutions, you know, that you can use. And, you know, sometimes people fall into the categories that I'm talking about and, you know, they take it and run with it. So, so let's get into the signs. Like I said, I'm not going to be here that long just because we are going to be going live in another next and 6:30 we're going to be going live with other entrepreneurs. So I want to make sure you guys got this. I didn't want to skip it this week. So let's go into the signs. How do you know, like, when it's ready to go, when you're ready to go full time? Like, what's really going on? So the first sign, and you probably already guessed it, it's a lot of people are in their job, and the first sign is that you are not satisfied. All right, so you're not satisfied with your job, you're not satisfied with your life, everything just seems to be going wrong. It's just like something's missing. You feel stuck working for somebody else, and you are like your heartstrings are pulling back and forth. Like, do I really want to be here, or do I really want to take this and make it something of my own? So that is one thing that I've seen a lot of people, they come in and they're asking, like, what should I do? You know, that's something that they're looking at. You know, some people don't even like they're they're pushing the snooze button all the time. Like, that's how they start their day because they don't want to go to work. So that is one of the signs to look for. And it could be like you find joy in what you're actually doing as a side hustle, right? You know, so you're not satisfied at the job that you're going to, but you are satisfied with the work that you do as a side hustle, as a side business, as the extra income. And that's probably why majority of us do it, right? So, you know, the side hustle you could do all day. Like, you know, like you love it. You're doing it while you're at work. I've done that. That was me. You're doing all of it during your day. Like, that's all you tend to think about. So, you're starting to see, like, some people are starting to see more potential in the side hustle than they do in their professional job. So now, like, they're going to job and they're really unsatisfied because they're still doing something they don't like to do, but it pays the bills. So that is one thing. So unsatisfied, one thing. Hey T. So that's one thing to look for. One sign that you're probably ready to go out and, you know, turn that side hustle into a full-time business. So let's see. Look at my notes. You might want to start planning for an exit strategy from that 9 to 5. And we're going to get, like, at the end of this, we're going to go into a little bit about, you know, some things you can do. But, so that was number one. Number two is, you see growth in your calling. Like, you see growth. Like, you do what you love, but you also see, like, oh my man, this could be so much more. And some of you guys are investing in what you love, and I love to see it, but you're investing in it. And that is one of the signs, like one of the big signs, because if you're willing to put money towards what you want to do, like, it's gonna change the game because you're already investing in yourself. So another thing, so that's number two, is you see growth in your calling. Your passion keeps getting more and more and more, and you keep growing from it. And you got ideas all the time about how you can grow it. You're trying all these different things to grow it. You feel the need to help more people. Like, that is another sign that your business, like your side hustle, can really become a business. The passion behind it is real. All right, so number three comes down to, like, it's just too much. The work-life entrepreneur balance is just all over the place, right? And I think that's kind of where I was when I decided to go full time, but the balance is off. Like you've been wanting to be your boss for a long time. Other ways it could look like is you're wanting more free time. Sorry, I got a text message. So other things is like you are wanting more free time to do things that you love, which is your side hustle. You never have enough time in the day because it just feels like, oh man, I gotta go to work. Oh man, I gotta do this with the kids. Oh man, but I still got, this business that I want to build on the side. You are you are working at your job, but you're working on the side hustle at your job. That's another thing. Thank you, Tiffany. That's another thing that's like just telling you like it's a possibility that you might want to look at options of becoming a full-time entrepreneur. Other ways that you can see this is you want to control your schedule. You're tired of clocking in. You hit the snooze button a lot. Like that was me. So I'm gonna tell y'all a little quick story about me. I kind of didn't really start building my business until I was let go at one company, and they really showed me that you're expendable first off, but they showed me that like if I want to have more control over what is going on in my life, I needed to start something that I had control over. So I got laid off at that job. I decided that, hey, I'm gonna start building this business. We'll see how it goes. I'm gonna do it on the side. So I did. I got another job. I worked 8 to 5, had kids, had family, all that good stuff. But I was also working my business before I went to work, on my breaks, on my lunch, after work. But I was building my business. So I would have little conferences and talks like this. I would take all my calls during my lunch breaks, and I would schedule everything out. Just because I was so adamant on building. Right? I didn't want to be put in that position where they're telling me they're letting me go and I have no way to take care of the things I need to take care of, pay my bills and all that good stuff. So what I ended up doing was building my business and got the other job, built my business, and what ended up happening again was all this stuff that I'm talking to you guys about started coming up, and I was like, listen, I need a raise if I'm going to be here. You're taking my time. I have no time. I can't pick up my kids when I want to. I got to ask for vacation. I like to travel, y'all. And I had to ask for vacations. I had to have the hours for vacations. And since I already took a whole bunch of vacations, I never had the hours. So there was a lot of different things going on where it was like, okay, I need to build this. And then I got to the point to where I had asked for the raise and they denied me for the raise. But my business was making more than what they were paying me. So I was like, what am I doing here? And it comes down to, you just getting to that point. It was kind of like I was at the breaking point. I was like, listen here. I'd rather go full-time in my business that's already as a part-time business paying me more than you guys are paying me and see what it does. So some of the things that I really thought about you need to have as a business owner is really just, let me go back to my notes. So I figured out it was time to build my legacy, and some of you guys might be in that same predicament. But yeah, so I let go, started the new job, and then started building. So some of the things that some of the traits of a business owner that you need to take into account and as an entrepreneur that you should have is the ability to solve problems, right? Because there's gonna be a lot of problems. Like half my days now, like I've been in business full time since 2020, right? Majority of my days now are putting out fires from everywhere else. But you gotta have the ability to solve problems. And along with that, your business is solving a problem for people. So you gotta be able to do that. Ability to learn, get your hands dirty, you seek challenges. You're okay with building because you're not gonna start with, all the money or the 6 figures or being a millionaire. You're not going to start there. You got to actually build it. So it's going to take time. It's going to take trial and error and all that good stuff to build it, right? So just understand it's not going to happen overnight. And another trait is that you are not afraid of failure. I was afraid of no's. Like, for people to tell me no in the beginning, it was really hard for me. I took it personal, but now I've gotten way past that. Introverted is where I started at. I was super shy. Now people are telling me, like, you get online and you talk to people, like, you grow as the business grows. You grow from trial and error. If you go back to a video from like a year ago, this was a hot mess. It's probably still a hot mess. I could keep growing, but at the end of the day, I'm still showing up. So as a business owner, those are some of the traits. Show up for yourself, show up, and as an entrepreneur, you got to be able to help others. You got to love helping others and love what you do, because it's not easy. You can't give up. So, like, if you fall into any of those categories, let me be the first one to say I have a business hub. Sorry, don't mind the sun, but I have a business hub. I just went all in. We are building it out right now. I have a business hub where I help other entrepreneurs advance their companies and really just build them from the ground up. And once we finish construction, we're going to be having monthly discussions so that you guys as entrepreneurs can come in, get the help that you need. We're going to have basically in-person stuff like conferences and meetings. But I want to be able to help you guys advance. And the courses will be dropped real soon. So like I said, if you're not on my email list, like, you don't always see stuff here on Facebook. So if you're not on my email list, definitely get on there. Because that's where all the information is going to be dropped, along with, the information for when the classes are, and then basically just everything going on. So, if you fell into some of those categories, let me tie this up. So if you fell into some of those categories, right, and you're like, dude, I might be ready to go after and be an entrepreneur full time. If you fell into some of those categories, I wanted to make sure that you know that it's a process and you should be ready to transition. Like, you should do things before you actually just leave your job, because we all got bills and inflation is real right now. Gas is super high. It might not be the time, but you actually can build towards that. So some of the things that I wanted to lay out for you is actually start building, start planning for that time frame wherein you're just like, okay, well, first off, the plan has to you have to understand when you're going to be ready. How much money do you got to have in the bank? Start saving. What type of growth goals do you have to say, okay, well, it's time. Like, I'm ready. This is what I planned for. And, understanding that. Another thing to do is eliminate as much debt as possible. Just because when you get to the business, there's going to be a lot of different things thrown your way. And if, you have a slow season, you got to be able to cover the stuff going on in and out of your household. So eliminate as much debt as possible. Create a savings plan. Make sure you got a little nest egg. Little. It doesn't even have to be big. But how do you know how much you need to save? Is to have a budget. So understanding your numbers, understanding how the business is doing, how much you're bringing in a month. I would say see how it does consistently for 3 months. See where your budget is in your household, in your business, and make sure everything is working before you just say, I'm gone, I'm done. Another last little tidbit is you can get leverage by building business credit. So use that business to your advantage. Have the credit on as a nest egg just for those slow seasons, because not all companies are 100% all the time. Things do happen. So you got to be able to use it to your advantage and fall back on it if you need it. But, just having it there makes a difference. So that is, let me go back and make sure I got everything. But that is basically what I wanted to come and talk to you guys about, is basically how do you know when you're ready to start a business? If you guys have had any questions, if you've ever been through anything with your business, or you have these same questions, drop them below. Let's see what your questions are, let's see what you've been through. Other people have probably been through it too. But like I said, I was done. I was just like, if they don't give me this raise and they don't give me the terms that I wanted, I'm out of here. So, you know, if you are full-time, what made you go full-time compared to when you were part-time? If you are part-time, what's going to be that thing that pushes you to be full-time? Because there is a lot of different triggers for people. Everybody's journey is different. So that is all I got from you guys. I hope that made you guys ask yourself some questions. But for sure, if you ever need any assistance, if you ever just want to have a business consultation, let's talk strategy. That's what I do. And if you haven't registered for the Fresno State entrepreneurship talk that I'm about to be on, go register. I think it's on my page somewhere. I'll see you guys on the other side. And if you need anything, feel free to drop questions here. Reach out. I am definitely here to help. And I hope this helped you. I hope you guys have a great day too. Talk to you guys later.